What's going on, guys? Welcome to another Final Fantasy Brave Exodus video. And we're going to be reviewing all the new and old War of the Vision units. Before we begin, quick plug. All my links down below if you want to help support me in my car situation. It's in the car shop. I don't know how much it's going to cost, but it's probably going to cost a lot. So, links are down below. Anyways, Sterne Leonis, Neo Vision Awakening. I wish it was Gilgamesh, because I'm sure he would have been a lot more interesting than this. So his base form didn't get any new moves besides the Grandis that everyone else usually gets. And there really isn't anything else worth mentioning, so I'm not going to mention it. Just think of that. So in his Brave Shift form, he has a 400 times mod on a normal ability, so you can just cast this how many times you want, which is interesting at least. 500 times chain mod at least. So in total it's a 1500 chain, decent. 400% TDH, pretty good as well. 500% cap, 300% low burst damage, although I'm not sure if his low burst is worth using. I did mention it, but I don't know if it's worth using. 200% humans, dragon, and stone killer, decent. And his low burst in his Brave Shift form, 135% ice and dark imperil, 180 times dark physical damage. And it's not a one-hit move, at least, I guess. And his counter gives 60 times mod boost to LB for 3 turns. So it's okay. But like I said, his base form's not even worth mentioning at all, so I didn't mention it. And it also doesn't have infinite turns, so it is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and give him an 8 out of 10, just because he's just okay. Just another damage dealer, really. Nothing special otherwise. Anyways, we got Venera. Her TMR is interesting, I guess. Has an 85% defense spirit break. And for some reason, a 300 times one hit, I'm assuming one hit, doesn't specify, but I'm sure it's just one hit, to human enemy, and also 400 times with 50% defense ignore to one enemy. Okay. And the STMR just has a lot of stuff. They're not gonna, it's just a lot of talking, and let's just move on. But it's pretty decent for breakers, I suppose. For both sides, 600% cap, 150% human, beast, fairy, plant killers. Base form, barely anything worth mentioning besides these two things of 30% dagger apparel for all enemies, pretty good. And 130% fire and dark apparel for all enemies as well, so pretty good. Brave Shift form, 60 times the mod boost for LB, one use. And 150% low burst damage. On top of the LB now having 87% full break, 150% fire imperil, and also 180 times fire damage one hit. So obviously she's not going to be a very strong finisher. She's just one of those finishers you could just use on top of all your other ones, basically. Because remember, she has that 660 times mod boost. So it's a little stronger, but not by much. But it has 150% fire imperil, pretty good. The only other one that even comes close to that is if Neo Vision Reigns Brave Shift form crown ability. That's it, plus at max crown. So there's another copy and paste like Edge. She even has the 50% magic true to wield. I mean, that's pretty obvious at this point. So she's basically just copying on her Brave Shift form. She's basically copy and pasted. I knew they'd mess it up somewhere. No infinite turns as well, and there really isn't anything special besides the dagger imperil and the fire imperil. There really isn't anything else that's even special at all. She has all the same copy and paste stuff that everybody else has when they've been making breakers, so I knew that they would mess it up somewhere. 8.5 because of the dagger imperil and the fire imperil. That's it. You could bring her alone just for that, if you want, for dark visions and stuff like that. That's about it. There really isn't anything worth mentioning for that, unfortunately. And finally, we got Mont, who is a new Neo Vision base unit. TMR is basically just a copy and paste of Knights of Grandshelt TMR, except for different killers, and it also gives 50% HP instead of attack, I think. In the STMR, you can just use this accessory, but you can't use the other stuff. The other stuff is physical tank only. Anyways, I just wanted to mention it because he doesn't have much to mention at all. Is the 20% sword and peril, but Noctis is still higher at 25, so not sure why they're just you know, doing only 20, but whatever. 100% all elemental resist for all allies. One use, but still really good if you need it for something. 85% attack and magic break on unchaining, so it's fine. 50% physical and general mitigation on physical cover, plus 230% full stat buff, but you're probably gonna have better buffs than that. So that's why I didn't really mention that too much, other than just I just did. Pretty much have physical cover, 500% cap, and 3% defense true shield wield. I'm not sure if you're gonna worry about putting a 600% cap on him when he's a physical tank, unless you're making him evasion, I suppose. But he would be very hard to build as like a finisher and a physical tank. Just saying. The LB is really not really worth even talking about. It's just a 9-hit move and it does a bunch of things. The SLB obviously is the one that's worth mentioning. Fire damage, 190 times defense scaling 1 hit, 85% magic, and 89% attack break, which is interesting at least. I think that's one of the highest. One of the highest right now, but not the highest, but one of the highest. 70% general human, just it's the same as the other one. 70% general and physical mitigation, and also 75% peace and human mitigation. So the only thing that changes is the break and the damage. He has no fire and peril for himself, but I mean it's whatever. I mean if you're using him for fire, you're probably gonna have fire otherwise. And there really isn't anything special besides being a tank that can chain and finish, really. Mostly finish, but is there anything else? There really isn't. I'm sure he gets a lot of stats because if you equip a sword and a heavy shield or a light shield, you'll get a lot of stats, but that's about it. And then true shield wield sucks. Just wanted to say that. So I'm gonna give him an 8.5 as well. Really is not anything special besides the the resistance for all allies for 100% is really good. But other than that, it's just kind of like the status quo, pretty much. Some mitigation here and there, but nothing you can get on anyone else. So that being said, is this collaboration worth pulling on? Probably not. I don't think it is. Maybe if you get them from dailies or something, but other than that, they expect you to go EX3 on this guy? No way. You're crazy. You're crazy if you think I'm gonna go EX3 on this guy. You think I'm gonna pull on this? You think I'm gonna go crazy on this? No. Definitely not. And you shouldn't either. But at least you can enjoy Sterne if you have a whole bunch of them, I guess. That's it. That's the review, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you like the review, please leave a like. If you have any form of comment, leave them down below. And I hope to see you in the very next video, as I always do. Peace.